Okay, so, um, I could actually put on the camera that's on me right now. Um, that's better. So, um, again, welcome. It's been a while since I streamed from this channel again. It's because I have this CUCM set up. Um, the reason why is because I can't have the stream and the virtual machine running at the same time without crashing the stream. So for now, EpTekMan TV is on. It's doing a little vacation. I don't know when it's gonna end, but after 90 days, it will go back on. And then when I wanted to, I could put it back on the phone system. I may also have a few computers. I'm probably gonna put it on the virtual machines on Windows computers and use those computers instead, and have my EpTekMan TV back. Again, I do not know. So what you're looking at right now is the configuration portal for the Cisco Unified Communications Manager on a lab environment. This is not a real production environment since I don't have a phone number connected to the system. Plus, if I try to do Telnet's SIP trunk that I usually do on 3CX, it's way complex to do it on this because you need like another device to connect to the network, and that will link into this phone system. One of the other things that I'm trying to do is interconnect intercluster trunk. So what this will do is it will link the system up down the street and here, so I could dial in the extensions from that system on in here, or vice versa, on to this house. This is useful if you have multiple HQs and you don't want to enter in your phone numbers instead of entering their extension numbers from like across the country. If you have multiple instances on your computer, on your system, you do need firewall ports for Cisco to work. I haven't done it yet, but I will do it. So basically, when it's all done, I could call phones from that system for that. But for now, it's only for this system. And also I have to get not Unicast, sorry, Informacast. And it's installed. I could get notifications out from the phones, but I can't page out of them. I can't use the phone directory number to page to the phones that I needed. So that is unfortunate. So here's all my phones that I have. All the phones are registered except for this one, which is my second 8811. I had the second 8811 at the office, but I want to see if my brother wants the 8811 or the smaller phones. He probably doesn't want neither, but he said he wants to test out the phone system, and I gave him an extension phone, so in the office. This 8811 was my phone from the office, but for now I have this 7860, 70, 7860. Yeah, that's correct. The 7860 in my office on my desk, and that's basically my extension until I bring the phone back, reset it, and it will register back to my extension when I go back there. The one thing I do not like about the 7860s or the older phones is you need a Cisco Catalyst switch, PoE switch. You can't use any other PoE switch because it will not power it on. So you have to integrate that with the older phones in order for that to work. And that's why I got the newer phones, so I could plug it into any PoE switch without any other extra switch involved in it. The phones that I'm running right now are SIP enabled. The skinny protocol, that's Cisco's protocol, is for this phone right here, which is displaying the correct date and time. But on my physical phones, they're set to 3 hours ahead for some reason. I will. So, if you guys get these types of phones that I got and don't know why it never registers onto the call manager, well, I'm gonna show you right now. So this gets people. Let me get my microphone. And I'm going to plug this in. Sorry about that. Let me put that microphone back on. Oh, that's better. Okay, so what I'm saying is I will actually show you how to fix that issue with the SIP phones, the newer SIP phones, which I had problem with since I got them. And this is a requirement and a must if you want to test these phones out, because if you don't, it's gonna not work, and you're gonna be like me, like going crazy, wondering why it didn't work. So, if you use a actual host name on this machine, change it right away. Because if you don't, the phones will not register, and you're gonna have to research this. And I researched for like over a week trying to figure out how to register these phones and get them ready to go. And if you have the older versions of the phones, you could skip this because it will work on the older phones. But if you want to get the newer phones, please listen up. If you put your host name as the IP address of your Cisco server, that's okay. You'll be good. And if you cannot, when you first set it up, if you can't get it to do host name with the IP address, enter in the host name, then go into this portal to change it, which I will show you right now. So if you go to System and Server right here, um, and if you go into your name, this is the information of this phone system. The IP address, if you have a physical Cisco server, your MAC address, and the description of the device. The one thing you have to focus on is hostname/IP address, where this is highlighted. So if you put a hostname on there, change it to your IP address of your Cisco server, and hit save. Then try registering the phones again, and it will work. Um, because if you do the host name, you need to do extra certificate stuff on your server, and also open more firewall ports onto your system, and routers, DNS, and DHCP stuff in order for this to work. In that case, I don't want to mess with any DHCP servers on the network, so I just have to put the phone's IP address or the phone system's IP address into that field, and basically it will register the new phones. If you have the Edge router, which that's what we have, and you can't get InformaCast to work on your system or paging, you must have multicast enabled on your router in order for this to work. Of course, multicast will not work for any notifications or paging notifications on the phones. So make sure you do that. And also when you do InformaCast, if you want to put paging on there, you're gonna hit advanced features and an emergency notifications paging. Of course, I already configured it, but basically what's gonna happen is it's gonna ask you for the InformaCast IP address, the admin's username and password for the InformaCast server. Then it's gonna create a panic button on your phones. You can configure it as a paging button if you wanted to. Route list, route patterns, everything to get your InformaCast system set up. So, of course, you could buy the InformaCast VM for free. If you already have the CRCM installed, it will download the OVA file for that InformaCast to work. There's also basic paging for InformaCast, and that will only allow you to page from the phones and speakers that you have, and you can't send out messages or notifications or trigger panic buttons because it's advanced. But anyway, if you first set it up, everything's good to go. You're gonna add your phones to the server. So we're gonna go to the groups, and here's all of our groups that we have. We have all emergency call, test phones, panic button, and boys room. So all of it, this is all for the phones, all phones. So if you select that, all the phones will go off, doing paging, whatever. Then we got panic button, which if someone presses that panic button on the phone, it will send a alert out for the phones. And I have these two for I have this. So if I want to page without that phone in the living room going off, I could do that. And test phones, I could, if I have test phones, I could hook that up. But if you see update, discover current IP phone information from Cisco CUCM, and this will do is gonna update everything from the server to the Informacast system, so it will allow it to receive notifications. So it says group members updated. Now you could test out the messages. If you have IP speakers, you could put the IP speakers on to the Informacast list. You could schedule bells. So if you have a school district and you want to use the bells on this, you could do that. There's also admin, which you could go if you need to edit your CUCM server on your thing, you can do that. This actually talks to both CUCM and Informacast. Voice menus, dialcast. This is important. So this is basically so if you dial 9,000 on the phones, it will go to the phones in here only. 8,000 will go to every single phone in the system. 9,001 is the same thing. But if you, in order to get that to work, you need to go to call routing, route/hunt, and route pattern. And this is all the stuff that you can put on. So page sum will only page to the selected phones that we have set up there. See, I tried to put 9,000 on here to test it, and it's giving me a busy single because I probably actually did it. I probably did it wrong. So route class will be the same. Gateway/route list will be Informacast virtual assistant, and we're gonna hit none on the external call control profile because we're not sending this out. $9,000. Oh, so basically pre-tone. So if you want to put like a so if you want to put like a warning noise onto your phones when you know there's a page going on, you could do that. And also you could put like a hang up tone if you want to do a post tone. SIP access is very important. So if you want the phones to work, if you have SIP phones, you have to have this enabled. So you could get the notifications on there. Anything else? I'm trying to figure out why this is not working. there's a way to do it on. So I'm connecting to the other Cisco server up at my down the street. So for some reason I have different passwords for all of these, and it's so annoying. So the funny thing is this phone system I could page out of, like I have no problem with. Here's all the um, the paging thing right here. So I'm gonna just do that. Yeah, so this then we're gonna go to the former cast admin on this, and I'm gonna enter in my password. So let's see. Um, nope. So let me go into this, and I'm gonna go into that. And I'm gonna see, call space, search space. Let me go here. Call search space. That is normal. Alright. So for now, I'm not gonna mess with it because I don't know. I don't know anymore.
But